Hi, Sam Tober, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're on to our next viewer request, Tell the World by Bishop J.D. Means, Means, key of E flat. Always good to start off with your scale so that you can hear where your notes are going to come from. All right, so this song is using the number system and back down. And for those that like to number system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 again, or octave 8 if you continue with the 1. So your chords are going to be in this format: in the 1, in the 6, but octave 6, back into the 1, back to the 6, and the 6, 4, and that range right there. So that gives you what I like to say is a template. This way you see what range you will have with your chording on this song. Now I'm going to play a little bit of it in the background to actually demonstrate that. I think musicians get hung up in seeing so many movements across the scales and not realizing that the chords are right there. It's just where you position your hand and how you lock it into place, and the movement, rhythmic in some cases but melodic in others. Oh yes, this scale is going to be a prevalent in the song. Because the song has got a quartet feel. Let's listen to some of it. I can't air too much for YouTube copyright reasons, because it is on their station, on their channel. But let's hear some of it, a few seconds. So we've got our opening. That's all it is. And you see your thumb can cover these notes and give us that E flat 7 with that D flat. That's the seventh sound, or tritone. If you don't have a bass player, that would be a rootless chord. This is where the chord is. That is the whole sound of that chord. B flat C, D flat C, B flat, G flat, F, E flat. Remember we practiced this? Elements of that chord is in there. So, and as you can hear, big sound, almost like the big band sound, but a quartet feel. Let's hear some of the changes that are coming up. All right, so what you're hearing is that quartet sound. The minor, and as you can see, I can hold one chord, which is these notes are in the scale. Your bass notes are in the but you're not locked into this chord. C minor scale is the same as the E flat major scale. So if you're good in C minor, you got your preacher chords, you can do this song. When you go down to the 6th, which is C minor, resolve and come back to the E flat, which really is the same note in C minor, just removing the C minor or keeping the C minor there. Turn this way, chromatic notes. So that is your pattern. A little more. And if you listen to the bass player, they are setting a pattern for the chords to follow. That movement right there is synonymous with the gospel sound. That way, or pick and choose how you want to go, because both are correct. So that is probably 50% of the chords in the song. As you listen to the song, you will hear the musicians toying with the music around the singers. I often say, learn the singer's part. That's 50% of the chords. Then you can go learn what the other musicians are doing. All this movement. Watch the walk up. And of course, you got the opening. So let's hear what else we might be able to glean from this. That is the bass line movement. One more time. All right, what else can we glean from this? Let's go skip a little bit of ahead, because this chords pretty much stay the same. Okay, there's a verse in there. No, we know those chords already. Let's go a little further ahead. Okay, so now we got a vamp. Pattern. Let's use our drummer. Let's slow our drummer down a bit. Pattern anytime you want. You see. once you get pattern savvy, especially on a song like this, what you're looking for, what is the pattern? How long do they stay in the pattern? What are the chords they're using in that pattern? And then once you get comfortable with those chords, can you now manipulate notes in that pattern? All of these are usable. Let's go to 3/4 of the song. Make sure there's nothing that I have to add. She lives, say like you mean it. He lives. The Lord lives. Yeah. Okay. Chord patterns. When it gets quiet like that, you can hear the choir voicing really clear, and you can find their chords, and you can add that to what you're doing. One note change. The minor. Then you can build around that. Add your own passing tone. Again, following this pattern, it depends on where you start the note. You'll find the bass pattern is in this range. Patterns are, rather chords are scale. Chords are three note scales. This this bass pattern is part of the scale. It's just a matter of where you start the note. Start here, and where it ends up is where generally where your chord is going to be. Minor or the sixth chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the one chord. But that one chord kind of empty like this. So now you fill that chord up. Alright, I think I've covered most of the song. Let me look at the ending. Just make sure there's nothing changed. Yes, it is. Alright, so I'll put a link to the song in the description. So if you want to go and retrace these chords I've shared, but this will get you through this song with no problem at all. Sam Tobert, Sound of Joy Music Services. As always, if you're not a subscriber, why not? Consider subscribing to us. Of course, leave a comment. That thumb up like helps us in the YouTube algorithm. They do push these videos out into the YouTube world for those who are looking to learn that sound of the gospel music genre. I'm missing something. Oh, of course, hit the notification bell. Take care now and see you on the next viewer request.